in if you're in a video. A bit of water.
You have worn a grey top.
Is that not flattering?
Grey is always a tricky one.
All grey in a video with Robert Rock out in Abu Dhabi, and it was about 36 degrees and I was sweating like a pig, a bit overweight. It was one of the least flattering videos of all time. I hate that video.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today's video is all about workshop work. We're talking KBS shafts today, and I'm up here with Joe the Pro, as you can see in the background there, and we're going to be prepping some shafts because we got some universal fitters or fit pieces to go on the shafts, and then we're going to drill out a couple of heads and put that universal fitting piece in the head as well, so you can adjust it by putting lots of different shafts in one particular head, just like what you would find, let's say, in a demo kit. But this is a little bit different. We're talking KBS shafts. We're going to go in a little bit more detail with them. Also, in the corner over there, I'm going to be doing a regripping session going on. I've got a friend of mine that I've got to get some grips done for him, so I brought them up here to Joe the Pro's little workshop, and we're going to get it done. We're going to talk you through it as to how it's going to be, how this whole thing is going to come together. So we've got two heads, Joe,
yes,
that we're going to be doing some work with today. I've got the Mizuno head there that I use, which is the S3, which is going to be perfect for the ongoing videos that I'm going to be doing with these shafts. And then we've got a Vokey SM10 56 degree wedge, because I've got a number of different types of shafts that I've brought up with us.
Okay.
We've got wedge shafts, so I'm going to talk about wedge shafts, and I've also got some iron shafts, specifically 7-iron shafts that I've had sent through by KBS. Every single shaft pretty much that they make when it comes to steel shafts, we've brought them up and we're going to put tips on those.
What's the idea? Are you doing a bit of work with KBS and you want to be able to what? Go on, talk.
Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of work with KBS. So what I'm going to be doing is going through, explaining to people a little bit more with a series of videos as to what the KBS shafts are all about, do some experimenting with them myself, and just talk through what a change of a shaft can actually do or help improve when it comes to people's games. That's the objective.
And you just turned up at my house off spec for me to deal with this, yeah?
Yeah. This is it. Yeah, smoking gun.
I think we're there, mate. We're there.
Wow, look at that.
It's going to be a nice little neat fit.
Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? Right, Joe just making some space because we can't get the wedge heads to drill out wide enough to be able to get the new fitting into it. So we've aborted mission at this moment in time because we're just working our way through too many wedges. So what we're going to do now is we've got all the shafts that we're going to get here now. Joe's going to talk us through about how he's going to prep them, and then I will leave him to do the prepping and do the grinding or whatever he's going to do.
Some work here.
And I'm going to start regripping some clubs. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. It's glue time. It is glue time. How are we getting on then, Joe? Because I've been busy cutting off grips and getting myself prepped, ready to go for the gripping.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We've got a little bag full over there where shaft tips are all prepped. We've got the adapters sat on dry, so we know they're all in the right order and the right place. Just cutting some little bits of tape, because when we glue these on, they need to stay at a precise height. And if we just let them drop, they'll go away from where we need, and we'll have to do something to them. So what I'm going to get you to do is, once I put the glue on the shaft on this, and it's where we want it to be, I'm just going to get you to pop that little piece of tape like that.
Yeah.
So it will stay in place while it's drying, and then we'll be in a good spot.
Right, so whilst Joe is going to go and get his pen, I'm now going to be doing some regripping. We've got a full set of clubs to get done. but a friend of mine wants some thicker grips on his club. So we've gone for these Jumbo Max ones. They're the ones that you would see, let's say, Bryson DeChambeau using on his clubs. However, these are the slightly thinner version. Obviously, the ones that he uses are particularly thick. These are probably, I would say, probably mid-size to maybe just a fraction bigger than mid-size. Just wanted something a little bit different from a feel point of view. And he always said to me that John Daly said that most amateur golfers have got grips that are too thin. So he wants to put that to the test and pop these on there. So I will get this done whilst Joe is prepping up all the shafts.
It's all coming back to me now how fiddly this was when I used to do it myself.
It is a messy, it's a messy job, isn't it?
It is a messy job.
We've gone through some glue already, though, haven't we?
Yeah, we've gone through a full tube so far, yeah.
Yeah.
So just got to mix up this glue. We're not fully cleaned up yet, we've still got to wipe down and get a bit of the residue and stuff off. But essentially what happens now is we've got our female and our male piece, and then they love each other very much. And they go in. So then the teeth match.
Yeah.
So
That locks it in.
Locks it in place. And then you get the little screw piece. Screw that up.
Yeah.
Nice and tight. And then you've got the little wrench that comes with it. It goes on to give it another little tighten. And then you've got yourself a fully joined head to shaft combo, and then you can take this head off this shaft and put it on any one of those billion we just made as well. So you can try the same head on multiple different shafts. Very clever, isn't it?
It is really clever. So they're pretty much dried up then, ready to go.
Pretty much. Just got to tidy, yeah, just got to wipe a bit of this sort of sticky hand residue off, so it's time to do a bit of a clean-up operation, but then we're all set, I think. Okay.
Well done, mate. So I am still in the middle of kind of finishing off, but I've got my kind of run of clubs ready to go there. I've got the 4-iron to do, then the 3-wood, 5-wood and driver, and then the job is done and Joe can put the kettle on. Oh, hang on. There is one more job, isn't there?
Oh, as we're here, you don't fancy this and fancy that, did you? So you made me make that into a counterbalance putter.
So Joe he had one of these Odyssey putters, which was the jailbird version, and he had one of these counterbalance sort of shafts on it. I had the kind of standard one, which is over there.
Again, don't panic, it's grubby. I've got to wipe that down.
Yeah, we'll wipe all that down. But that is now going to be a counterbalance version for me to have a little tinker with, because the reason why I'm tinkering with this is because when we went to the JCB event the other day, and Joe was doing some work and I was filming, he had in his bag, which I'm assuming is still in the bag.
God, I don't even know. I haven't played since then.
No, you haven't played since then. But Joe had in the bag a lab putter with the counterbalance thing shaft on it.
And someone had a little play and liked the feel of it.
And our little girl was putting green, and I was knocking in a few putts, and it felt absolutely fantastic. So we're going to have a little play with this square-to-square version, because I do like the head of that, because it looks actually quite similar to the lab version. But
you're the tinker man, Dan.
Yeah, we're just going to keep tinkering away. Anyway, I've got to finish off these grips. Well, that's it, Joe. All done and dusted. That's raring to go. Just got all the clubs in the bag now, because they're all re-gripped, and then just finishing off the little beauty.
She's done. Feels good.
Do you prefer that head over the jailbird head, or do you like the look of that jailbird one? There was a reason why.
I haven't really tried this. I don't mind it. I think the cheekiness of the copy from Lab makes
upsets you a bit.
Maybe it doesn't sit right with me, but it does swing well, doesn't it? Something about this counterbalance thing.
I really like it.
It's just allowed to swing well, doesn't it?
It does. Right, mate. Fist it up. Thank you very much.
Invoice on the way.
Thank you very much indeed. And here they are. The clubs are back at my house, and I've got something to show you, because I've finally got my new workbench in my garage at home. Not the biggest space, but it's still a space for me to be able to come in here and have a little tinker around with my own equipment. I've got my little grip station just here in the corner. I've got to put a vise on here, and then we're going to slowly build up all the sort of tools that I'm going to need, working closely with Joe on this, because I want to make sure I get the right stuff here so I can have a proper tinker in my own space here at home. Now, the project that I've got underway at the moment is I've got to regrip all the clubs that we've put together from Joe. Down in here, I've got a drawer full of the Golf Pride Align Max grips. Now, these are the ones that I use on my clubs, and got the rib down the back, so we're going to be putting those on there. But something else that I'm tinkering with at the moment, and for those of you that know, I've been using an oximity driver, that driver being slightly offset, helping me get that draw effect going. Well, as kind of times move on, I used it because I wanted to focus on trying to eliminate one side of the golf course. Now I feel like probably I'm maybe overturning it. So I'm having a little tinker around with a few different drivers, and the driver that stood out to me the most in golfers' bags, as in tour players' golf bags, when I've been doing some filming for Golf Monthly with Joe, I've seen the Ping G440 drivers in a lot of golf bags out on the market now, or out on tour. Now, when I did my review with Foremost, I got to say I was quite impressed with this driver, not because of the driver itself, but more because of the face. We talked about AI technology, and definitely this driver with the off-centered strikes, I'm seeing that, well, the dispersion just kind of, it's really tight with it. So that's probably why we're seeing a lot of these drivers in people's bags. Now, I've done some experimenting with this head, just trying to find the right shaft to go with it. And for those of you that watch YouTube, you'll know of a guy called Richard Woods, does a bit over on James Wilkshire's channel. I stole a shaft from him that he had with the Ping setting on it, and it was a hazardous. Well, it was a hazardous extra stiff shaft. Got it cut. He had it cut down probably to 44.5 inches, which is actually the same length of driver that I've been using when it comes to my PXG driver. Just wanted to try something slightly different. So I've managed to get hold of a couple of different shafts. Hazardous green. Now this is a 6.5. It's quite heavy. It's at 65 grams. But by the time I've taken a little bit off the top, that will bring the dead weight down a fraction. And I've got another hazardous, which is a 6.5 as well. This is 70 grams. This is really low in its torque. This one being a little bit more, well, get a bit more twist on its torque. So I'm going to measure these up, and I'm going to cut them down to the ideal measurement, and then I'm going to carry on with the tinkering. We're going to have a little go with them and just see how they get on the golf course. But there you go. There's a little update on what I'm up to. Didn't get a chance to catch up with Bernie this week because he's been very busy himself, but it was great to catch up with Joe. Hope you enjoyed that little video. I will be finishing off these KBS shafts, and then we'll start putting together some videos around those as well. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I've got to get back to finishing off these clubs, and I'll see you again. Well, I'll see you in a couple of weeks because I'm jumping on a ferry tomorrow because we're going off on our 2-week holiday over in France. But enjoy the videos. They're all set up. They're all ready to go. Make sure you watch and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time.